Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another subscriber lesson. It's Sunday night here in the UK, and our local time is exactly 11:59 p.m. And this lesson is all about IELTS exam. Hello, Shahid. Welcome. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
What?
How are you doing today? Can you hear me?
Pretty good. Thanks. How about you?
I'm quite good.
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
How
Ariane.
are you? Good evening.
Good evening. I'm okay. How about you?
I'm have a fresh morning, teacher. Thank you. I'm not sleepy now.
Yeah, I saw in the lesson of Teacher William.
Yes, teacher. I just apart from his class.
Mm.
Hello, Shad. Hello, Eugene. Eugene. Hello.
Oh, I can see you, Eugene. You're wearing a glass.
Oh, I can
Ah,
see. Oh,
Let's take a screenshot, yeah? Dun, dun, dun,
no,
dun.
teacher. How could you see? Because in
You can see him? No?
no, he just opened camera for 1 second
Okay.
and then off. Yeah.
No, his camera is still turned on.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we don't use open in this case if it is electronic device, radio, TV, and any other device. We use turn on or switch on. Okay?
switch on.
Turn on or switch on. Don't use open.
Okay.
That,
Teacher, can you see now? My
yeah, I can still see you.
oh
You don't want to show your face?
yeah. Yeah. I'm going to join again. Yeah.
Block your camera. If you want, I can block your camera. It shows. Oh,
Oh, sometimes Hello has a weird bug condition.
glitch.
So for it's glitch. For example, I can see Ethan in my phone, but if I use laptop, maybe I can see him.
Yeah, he can be seen only through the
Something like
laptop.
that. Oh yeah.
But Eugene, you're very handsome and good looking. Oh my God, he's gone.
So teacher, let me know when my camera open, teacher, please, because
One day
I
I saw
sometimes.
your camera in another live stream, Aryan.
Oh my goodness.
Not in my live stream, in somebody else's live stream. And
Somebody? Who, teacher?
I can't remember who it was, but because I'm not the subscriber, I couldn't make any comment.
Oh no.
Welcome back, Eugene.
Yeah.
Because some.
Oh, can you see?
No, I can't see you.
Okay. It happened. I because I turned on my camera. I turned on my camera, but yeah, you can see. You told me you still see my face. Yeah.
Right.
I was very surprised. Yeah.
It was indeed your camera was turned on, which is why I could see you. But don't worry, it's not a matter.
Okay.
Okay. So welcome, Shahad, Aryan, and Eugene. Eugene joined me in my previous grammar lesson, and I gave him a little bit tongue twister. And we're going to try the tongue twister first for all of you. That's my, first and initial, what should I say, starter lesson. Okay, remember, Eugene, when you're pronouncing letter R, we stress R. Okay,
Yeah.
like grr.
Grr.
Okay, an amazing matter is that Aryan Shahad and Eugene in Scottish English, they have got a rolling R. Okay, rolling R means the R is pronounced before the R sound. So for the word girl, they said girl. For the world, they said world. Okay, that's a bit funny though, but sometimes it has got similarity with the Russian accent, because Russian people pronounce the R in the same way. Okay, so let's move on. And Eugene, you'll go first, then Aryan, then Shahad. Can you see the screen, all of you?
Yeah,
Okay,
I can
teacher.
see.
It will help you. These are called tongue twisters. I'm sure you know that. Tongue twisters always help us overcoming the difficult sounds, which help you accuracy, good pronunciation, as well as your communication skill.
Mhm.
Eugene, please go ahead.
Okay. Really, really, rarely, lorry, red, lorry, yellow, lorry.
Okay, these are separate sound. Remember, you need to pronounce them separately. So, really, leery, rarely, lorry, red, lorry. Read slowly, then you can fast. You can be faster afterward. Yellow lorry.
Okay.
Then you have to read the next poem after that.
Okay. Really, lily, rarely,
Uh, uh, uh,
lorry,
first two words. Really.
really,
Then
lily,
not lily. Leery.
really,
Lee ra raw.
raw,
Leery.
really,
Leery.
really,
Not lily. I can hear it. Lily. It is not lily. It is
really,
leery.
really,
Okay. Listen carefully. Then pronounce it. Two break into two sound. Lee and re. Lee
li,
re.
re,
Very good. Leery.
lily,
Again. You're doing there.
lily,
Lee.
lily,
Okay. Eugene, listen to me carefully one more time. I'm sure you can do it. Lee. Say with me. Lee.
li,
Then re. Ra.
li,
Re. Practice 5 times. Re. Re.
li, li, li,
Re. Leery.
li, lily,
Okay, still it sound L sound. Okay, next one.
rarely,
Rarely. Lorry.
rarely, lorry.
Okay, take a screenshot, Eugene, and then you can practice tomorrow, please. Huh? Okay, Aryan, would you like to try, please?
Yeah, teacher. The same sentence, the
Yeah.
same words.
Yes.
Okay. Really, leery, rarely, lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry.
Very good. Well done. Can you read out the other lines? These lines.
Mm. Okay. I really like rolling down the hill. I rust, rust.
If.
I
If.
if rush, wrestlers, if wrestler, rest,
Wrestle.
is if wrestler wrestle, wrestler wire, wrestler, good, good wrestler, wire, wrestler wire, wrestlers. Oh my goodness.
Okay, take screenshot, please. Yeah? You can practice it tomorrow when you have a time.
Yeah,
Shahad, are you there? Oh, I think I missed her. Okay,
and she hop up teacher.
she's back.
Oh,
Welcome.
she here. Yeah.
Shahad,
Yeah,
welcome. Hello.
I'm here.
Would you like to read these lines, please?
Okay, which one? The first one?
You can read all of them.
Really, really, rarely, lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. I rarely like rolling down the hill. If wrestlers wrestle, wrestlers, while wrestlers wrestle, wrestlers, but wrestlers wrestle, wrestlers while wrestlers wrestle, wrestlers.
Very good. Very good. Okay, let me pronounce it uh, from my side. Really leery. Remember, Eugene, R sound you are practicing. Ra, r. If you just practice it later. Really lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. I really like rolling down the hill. If rustlers wrestle, rustlers why? Rustlers rustle, rustlers. Could rustlers rustle? Wrestlers while wrestlers wrestle wrestlers. It's just practice. Remember, these are called tongue twisters. Once again, it helps us overcome those difficult sounds. So welcome once again. That was our starter lesson. Let's go back to our main lesson. And in the meantime, if you have got any questions from our last lesson, please do let me know so that I can explain it before you jump to our next topic. Any question from the last lesson, Aryan? Hello, Aryan? Aryan, are you there? Oh, she has muted. How about you, Eugene? Any question?
No, I have no question, teacher.
Shahad, any question, please? Okay, she has muted as well.
I have no question.
Your voice is very low. If you can bring the microphone close to your mouth, would be better. I rarely can hear you. Okay, so if you remember last week we were discussing.
Oh, it's over now. Sorry, teacher.
Welcome back. Any question
Yeah.
from the last week or from yesterday?
Yesterday I missed a class, teacher.
Or you
So
did?
I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
what
right.
happened. Yeah.
Yesterday we are discussing Aryan. Oh, you're not here. Eugene was busy. I think Shahad was here, right, yesterday? We're discussing some speaking topic. And let us listen to a video first. How in speaking, grammar is important. Okay, then we'll go from there. If you remember, in the speaking part, we need to have fluency, lexical resource, grammar, and pronunciation. We covered through our video fluency and lexical resource. Today we're going to cover grammar. So it is only a tiny video, roughly 3 minutes 30 seconds, and after that we can go on to our main discussions. For grammar, I'll suggest you, all of you, I'm sure you know that grammar more or less. You need to let me know which grammar.
So, you've decided to take the IELTS exam. Good for you. It's the test for study, work, and life. The IELTS speaking test is divided into 3 sections. Part 1 is an introduction and general questions. Part 2 is the long turn. And Part 3 is an analytical discussion. Here we look at the criteria of grammatical range and accuracy. Look for the other 3 criteria in other videos. This criteria focuses on the range and accuracy of the test taker's grammar while speaking. Look for our accompanying downloads for examples of the range of grammatical structure. The range of grammar includes using a variety of complex structures. These are sentences with multiple bits of information. Contrast that to separate, simple sentences with a single piece of information. For example, just beside the station was a stadium which was built in the 19th century and where games are now held every weekend. It isn't expected that candidates are 100% accurate. However, control is important. The Band 7 definition for grammatical range and accuracy says, frequently produces error-free sentences, though some grammatical mistakes persist. It's not just the number of grammatical mistakes, but also how seriously these mistakes block communication. To improve your grammar, take these steps. Be prepared. Make sure that you know the speaking test format and what type of questions to expect in each section. Many tasks in Part 2 of the IELTS speaking test relate to the past, so you most likely use past tenses. Ensure you know the past tenses of common verbs. Some questions in Part 3 ask you to speculate about the future, so use the right tenses in the answers to reflect this. Look out for the British Council's Johnny Grammar apps and videos that can help explain the commonly used tenses for you. Practice. Particularly think about the tenses you use. Ensure these relate to the questions. If the question asked is, "What did you do at work today?" the main word here is did, which is in the past tense, so your answer should be in the past tense too. For example, today I wrote a business brief. Don't worry if you realize you've made a mistake. Okay to correct yourself. Record yourself speaking and listen to identify errors. IELTS results range from band scores of 1 to 9. However, there are not specific questions for different band scores, and there can't be, as the score isn't assigned until the end of the speaking test. Also, remember there are no quotas for IELTS band scores. Each individual is scored on their own merits. For more information, please see the other speaking test videos: Fluency and Coherence, Lexical Resource and Accuracy, and Pronunciation.
That's okay. So, any question from the video? However, I'm going to highlight some of the important information so that you can understand what do they mean by grammar accuracy and different kinds of ranges. Okay, when we are mentioning grammar, these are the main parts we need to study. Aryan, Shahad, and Eugene, please have a look. The first one is capitalization. Any idea what it means? Anyone?
I don't know what that means, teacher.
Okay, Eugene or Shahad?
I have no idea. What is that?
Okay.
Maybe it's the letter
Mm-hmm.
when I write the letter capital. No.
Yes. So, though your voice is very faint, I could understand. Please bring your microphone close to your mouth. It is how and when we should use the capital letter, upper letter in
Oh,
sentence.
capital letter. Okay.
Okay. So, there are some rules. The most common rules are for every sentence. Please make sure we write the first letter of every sentence capital. This is a universal rule. For every proper nouns, you know which are proper nouns, Aryan?
No.
Okay, Eugene, proper nouns.
I have no idea.
Okay, if I explain, you'll be able to understand easily. Shahad, proper nouns.
No, I don't know.
Okay, proper nouns are the name of any person, city, country, river,
Oh, yeah.
hills, okay, and other famous books. Okay, and all of this always must use capital letter when you're writing, even if it's in the middle of the sentence.
The name of the month, the name of the days.
Yes, all the names,
I remember.
and we call it proper
Yeah.
nouns, but not the common nouns. You know, common nouns are like a group of nouns, like animal is a common noun for, let's say, dog or cow. But if your dog has a name, like your dog's name is, say, Wolf, then you have to write capital W. Okay,
Yes.
so that's the first thing. Remember, the letter I ask always this question to every lesson. I is always capital letter. Okay, remember, it doesn't matter whether it's the beginning or middle or the end. We use I always as a capital when it means I, like I am. Like I am a boy, for example, you can say. And Aryan and Shad can say, I'm a girl, yeah, for example, I'm a girl. Now, here is an amazing quiz for all of you. In present tense, we always use am after I, but there is only one place we must always use is after I. Do you know when it is? We use I, sorry. Then we use, sorry, wait a second, I. Then we use. Do you know which place we have to use I? Is, not am. That's a quiz. We can answer it later. So that is the first rule of punctuation, capitalization. And punctuation, you know this: full stop, semicolon, colon, question mark, exclamations. These are the part of grammar. Remember that when we are writing pronoun, Arian, I is pronoun, that's right, but we generally use I am in the present tense.
Mm.
But there is only
So
one situation we have to write I is.
I think that I is a letter, something like that. So
Yes, you're right.
I is a letter.
I is a letter. I is the 9th letter of English alphabet. Great, well done. Because here I is a third person singular number in that case, because it is indicating letter, not the human anymore. Very good. So next one is punctuation. You know, the full stop. We call full stop in British English. Americans say dot, or sometimes they call it period as well. Then comma, then semicolon, colon, question mark, exclamation mark. Then gender, you know, male, female, all this, and neutral. Then number, singular, plural number. Then articles like a and the. Then person like first person, second person, third person, I, we, you, he, she, etc. Then parts of speech, especially noun, pronoun, verb, all of them, adverb, adjective, conjunction, interjection. Then tense. Remember, if you study tense well, you cover 80% of English grammar. And this is very important. If you have watched the video carefully, it says if you don't use the grammar correctly, sometimes it blocks the message. And I'm going to give you an example for all of you. You're going to have a test, little bit, speaking test about grammar that will help you understand why and how grammar is important. And after that, voice and narration. Okay? Any question up to now?
Yeah, I have narration.
Shahad, I'm sorry, I hardly can hear you.
I mean narration.
Yes, this now their sound is much better. Tell me, what is the question?
Narration. What does it mean?
Narration. Do you know what is voice?
Yeah.
Active voice, passive voice. Narration is direct speech, indirect speech, or sometimes it is called direct narration and indirect narration. Okay. The direct narration or direct speech always relates to the it's when somebody is saying something and we use inverted comma. For example, say Aryan said, teacher, I couldn't, comma, then inverted comma. I couldn't join class yesterday. Join your class yesterday.
Like retail something, right, teacher?
Yes, when somebody says something and we must use inverted comma. You can see Aryan said there is a comma, then inverted comma. I couldn't join your class yesterday. This is called direct speech or direct narration. So if you remember, narrate means describe. So when somebody is describing something in their own speech, we call it direct speech or narration, direct narration. Now, if Shahad says something, if Shahad says, can you hear me? See, this is another direct narration. If Eugene says, teacher, can you see my face? This is another direct narration, okay? Now, what is indirect? When somebody says something, we need to understand what kind of tense the person is using in the sentence. There are two types of verb. Look at the same sentence. Aryan said. Said is a past tense. And also she used I could not join your class yesterday. That is another past tense inside the direct narration. So basically the rule is that when we're changing as a indirect speech or indirect narration, which you called, let me write it quickly. Indirect speech or narration, then we have to change the verb as well. So in this case I will say Aryan, and we bring a that, say that, and instead of I it should be she could not join my class. You become my, I become she yesterday or the day before. Yesterday is fine, yesterday. So this is indirect speech. Okay, Aryan, Eugene and Shahad, is it clear?
Yes, teacher. Gotcha.
Yes, I understand.
So why we use direct and indirect speech? Because sometimes we need to explain something in your writing or in your speaking. In that case, you need to change the verb according to the sentence. Hello, Haifa, welcome. Albami, welcome. Haifa, that video is from the British Council, IELTS section. This is open for everyone. This is called direct and indirect speech. Shahad, is it okay with you? I think she has muted again. Shahad, are you there?
Yeah, I try to understand.
Yeah, your voice is gone again. I think when you're muting, your microphone is going away from your mouth. Sorry to say that. Okay, so remember, the only time we do not change the verb is when it is a universal truth. So what are the universal truth? Like the sun rises in the east, the moon rotates around the planet Earth. Okay, so these are called universal truth, and in that case we never change the verb. Even Aryan said the sun rises in the east. When you're making indirect speech, you should say like this. Aryan said that the sun rises in the east. We shouldn't use the sun was rising in the east. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah, okay.
So that is briefly narration. Now, when we are using grammar, remember that in every sentence, every question, there is a grammar pattern and tense. We must understand the question. That is the very important in IELTS speaking and even the job interview or any other conversation. Please remember that this helps you develop your communication skill. Oh, Shahad, I think I can hear some noise from your side. It's too noisy for us. Yeah, thank you very much. So remember once again, Aryan, Shahad, and Eugene, when you're speaking in a conversation or in a job interview or in a group discussion or maybe IELTS exam, we must realize and understand the question first. When you understand the question, it will be much easier for you to answer it correctly. Okay, so in that case, I better always ask you to, if when I'm talking, please let me know if you don't understand me or not. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you in a real life test. Okay, Aryan and Eugene.
Okay.
So let's move on with the grammar, simply grammar test. I'm sure you know the present tense, past tense, and the future tense. When we use tense correctly, we must know the three forms of the verbs, especially regular and irregular verbs. All right, Eugene, do you remember which are regular verbs and which are irregular verbs in grammar?
Regular verb. Regular. I don't remember.
Okay, maybe Aryan can help us. Aryan?
Okay, teacher. Regular verb mean the verb when we change to past tense we add ed in the end of the word, and irregular, how can I say, irregular verb mean we have to change the whole word, like go to went, something like that, right, teacher?
That's right. So in regular verb, what happens, Eugene and as Aryan has explained, we change in past tense ed and past participle also ed. So each verb has 3 forms. All right, so present, past, and past participle. So give me any word, Eugene, any verb.
Verb go.
Go, okay. And what is the past tense of go, Eugene?
Go went.
Went. And past participle?
Gone.
Gone. Okay, Aryan, can you please give me a regular verb?
Regular verb?
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Suddenly forgot it.
Okay, let me give you ask.
Ask, yeah, ask.
So what is the past tense of ask, Aryan?
Asked.
Asked. Very good. And past participle?
Asked.
Same. Another regular verb I'm giving you because these two words are very confusing. Sometimes many users cannot pronounce it correctly. They break it always. Remember, it is not a breaking word. They said asked, help, helped, helped.
Help.
Okay. Now look at this pattern, Eugene. Ask and help is a regular verb because it took only ed in past tense and past participle. But when you said go, the go changed to went in past tense and gone in past participle. So that is irregular verb. So you have to remember regular means it has got the main form in the past tense and past participle. We only use ed after that. Clear? Regular?
Yeah.
Try to remember one. Do not try to remember both of them, otherwise it would be confusing. Yes, Shahad. Stand, stood. This is regular or irregular verb, Shahad? You can speak now, Shahad.
Irregular verb.
Irregular. It is not regular because it changed. You can see stand is the main verb. It changed to stood and stood. So it is an irregular verb.
Also, sat,
Sorry, say again.
sit,
I
like
can't.
sit down.
I can't hear. I'm sorry. Say again, please.
Sit,
Sit.
I sit.
Sit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit. What's the past tense of sit?
Sat,
Sat. Did it change? You ask yourself.
yeah,
It changed. So it is irregular verb. Sit, sat, sat. Drive. I think you should change your microphone. Maybe it is creating noise. Drive, drove, driven. Another irregular verb.
Driven.
Not driven, driven it is.
Driven.
But when it becomes noun, that it is driver. English language is a crazy language using. When you learn the pronunciation, it will make you more crazier. Okay, now can you please pronounce these two words, regular verbs, ask and help with past tense, please. Eugene first, then Aryan, then Shahad.
Which one? Drive, drove, drive.
No, first two words.
Driven.
Regular one, ask and help.
Ask, asked, ask.
Very good.
Help, helped, helped.
Okay, in both of the cases, remember D sounds like T in real accent, okay? It's asked T, helped T. So, okay, very good. Eugene? So, Eugene, you're done. Aryan?
Okay. Ask, asked, asked, helped, helped.
Better than before, Aryan. I'm happy that your L sound is improving.
Thank you.
Hello, Uzama. Welcome. Okay, Shahad has given another word. Seat, seat, sat, sat. Drive, drove, driven. Any other example? Eugene first, then Aryan. Any other verb?
Any other verb? Any other verb? Curtail, curtailed, curtailed,
So, what's that?
curtail.
Could you please write
Okay.
it? Uzama, it's a subscribers lesson. You have to subscribe to join here. It is cartail rather than coattail.
Curtail. Okay.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, it similar with decrease.
Curtail.
You see, curtail. That is the accurate
Curtail.
British pronunciation. Tail and curtail. Curtail means
Curtail.
shortening, decreasing. Okay, so is it a regular or irregular verb? What do you think, Aryan?
Uh,
Curtail.
I don't know. I don't know this word, teacher.
Yes,
Maybe regular.
regular. Yeah, Eugene has already written curtailed. Curtailed. This is regular verb. This is not irregular, Hojama. So when you use once again, remember ed after the verb in past tense and past participle, that is a regular verb. Always remember that. And that is a universal rule. So why we are bringing this irregular verb? If you remember, in the video they explained, we have to know when you're explaining in past form and past incident, remember it's much important for explaining the verbs in the correct form. Now let's have the little bit test for all of you. Get ready. Who would like to go first? Aryan or Eugene? Shahad, you'll be speaking it a little bit later. Okay. The question would be,
question.
what do you want to be when you are a child? What did you want to be when you were a child? So that's the basic question. And remember, in every question there is a grammar pattern and there are some tenses, some verb. You can use the same pattern when you're answering. So Aryan, would you like to go first? Speak at least 2 to 3 sentences or more if you want to.
Okay, teacher. I can go first. Okay, so I remember when I was a child, I sang a lot. I sang children song. I sang even adult song, because my sister who is 8 years older than me, she had a book which had a lot of song in it. So I borrowed her book and sang every day. So at that time, I thought that I had a good voice, so I would like to be a singer in the future. Yes, so I sang a lot even in the morning, at noon, or even in evening. Yes, so I loved singing that time when I was a little girl.
Very
Yes,
good. Amazing.
thank you,
Aryan,
teacher.
except one place you have used all of them are past tenses. Very good. Amazing. Bravo. You see, Eugene, that is the important part. It was a past tense because it is asking about your childhood. What was your dream and wishes when you were a child and what you wanted
Yeah.
to be? Then you gave some examples like she borrowed her sister's book and she sang every day. That is amazing. Well done, Aryan. If the score is 9, you would definitely get 8 in this section because of the one verb. All right. Eugene, what did you want to be
Yes.
when you were a child?
I wanted to become an author because I've loved reading books too much. Yeah. When I was younger, specifically, I was on elementary school in South Korea. I I attended or I attended some contest many times. And okay, so writing some story, what I made for myself. Yeah, and uh, I I found my I found about my talent that was writing. I have writing skill, so yeah. At that time, I wanted to become an author. Yeah, that is the reason. But I waived it for myself because I have no time. I struggled with study. I needed to uh, enter into good middle school because my mother wanted it to me. Yeah, that is the reason.
Very good. Well done, Eugene. Amazingly, you have used almost every place as past tense, except one or two. Don't worry. If you practice more, you will be definitely developing. But in one cases, you stopped to think which word you should use, like contest or competition. Remember,
Yeah.
if you can't find an easy word, find an alternative word. Hey, competition, you know. And sometimes remember, if you even if you forget the word, you can describe what you're trying to say. That will be also the part of your speaking. Remember, like if you want to describe a pizza, sometimes you can't remember the pizza. You know the food that is round shape. There are some topping. There is cheese, and that's pizza. Yes. Remember, sometimes description will help you remembering those words. Amazing. Well done, Eugene. Better than much better than before. So that is really very good sign, and definitely you'll get good score out of 9 if I want to give today. And Shahad, it's your turn. Are you okay to talk? Shahad, let me know in the comment section or by turning on your.
I'm here.
Yes, bring your
Can you hear me?
microphone close to your mouth, please, so that we can hear you.
Now you can hear me.
Yes, now much better. Keep the same position of your microphone, please.
Okay. Okay. When I was a child, I really like my mother's work. She was a teacher, and you know how the teachers give the all loves and all the care for their students. I really like the way uh, or her ways when she was teaching this students.
Mhm.
So I dreamed all my childhood uh, to be a teacher like her.
Finished, or you like to add anything more? That's great. You see, she has also explained in a very amazing way. All of them, she used past tense except one situation. Remember that it is natural to make mistakes because we are human. Okay, and examiner will not expect that you will be 100% accurate, because sometimes also natives make mistakes in grammar. So don't worry about making mistakes, and that is the part of our conversational skill. Remember that both Aryan, Eugene, Shahad, and the people who are listening to me in conversational English or spoken English, it is very natural to make mistake, but some mistake blocks the message. If you remember, that is the point I was trying to explain. If you would use all of them in present tense, then it would be really blocking the message, because I would not be able to understand you're talking about your past tense or your childhood, because our childhood is gone long time ago. That's a past event. Well done, both of you. So this is another amazing part of any speaking. It doesn't matter whether it's a job interview or IELTS exam or any other discussion. Always make sure when you're uh, having communication, you must speculate. That means explain your thoughts in the correct way, and that is the only way you can do when you are aware of the tenses, different types of tenses: present, past, and future. All right, now, well done. uh, so Aryan says, if I subscribe to teacher, yes, no problem. So amazingly, you have, all of you have done very well, and you deserve good scores, honestly. Okay, so as I go through the grammar, let me see, indirect, direct space. Any other question about the grammar? Otherwise, we'll go for another little test for understanding. Any other question?
For me, no, teacher. No.
Okay, Eugene.
I have no question, teacher.
Okay, Eugene, the question here, answer of this question is, uh, from the Hallo, if you see an ID that has got sprout or the green leaves beside their names, they can come and comment, because it is not a private lesson. If I block private lesson, then they wouldn't be able to come. The reason for opening for public only for the newbies, to bring more subscribers. As you know, Hello has become more competitive nowadays, and there are many teachers. I need to have some subscribers to get some money, as you know. Okay, so just ignore those comments. I don't have to answer them. I'm focusing on you guys who are my subscribers. All right, but when I have free time, maybe I answer one or two questions, and they should realize that it is a subscribers lesson. Their answers are optional, depends on me if I've got time. Okay, the next part is that now sometimes you have to answer something in the future. For example, if you remember, you wrote two topics, Aryan and Eugene. What do you think? The question is, what do you think the environment will be after 5 years in your country? Okay, so this is a question which will speculate or explain your future tense. Think 1 minute. The environment means, if you remember that, what are the problems in our environment? It could be air pollution, or it could be water pollution, or it could be sound pollution, or it could be traffic jam, it could be something chemical waste, how it can affect your life. Okay, so you have to give 2 or 3 examples when you will be explaining. All right, Aryan, Eugene, and Shahad.
Okay, teacher.
So remember, this is the answer why you have to use future tense, because it says, what do you think the environment will be after 5 years in your country? So you'll speak in perspective of Vietnam, Aryan, and you'll be speaking in perspective of Japan, and Shahad will speak in perspective of the county where she lives in the United States of America, Texas, I believe that. So remember to explain at least 2 things, 2 problems of the environment. And also, when you're explaining, make sure you give a probable solutions, how you can, or the government can, or the relevant authority can resolve the problem. Remember, you bring a problem and you bring the solutions as well. That is the creativity of your speaking. Clear, all of you?
Yeah, teacher.
Great. So who wants to go first this time?
Yeah, I'm going to start in advance.
Sure. If you want to take 1 minute to think, all of you take 1 minute, so that you can organize what you're going to talk.
Yeah. Okay.
And by the way, you guys are really doing better than before. I believe that you're practicing a lot, which is really a greatest thing to know. And I know that you're also practicing with other teachers. Whatever you learn from any teacher, always apply so that you don't forget, because we are humans. Our trend is to forget everything after a few hours. That's why we have to study one thing again and again, consistently, continually. Let me know when you're ready. We have got 10 minutes 6 seconds now. 5 4 3 2 10 9 minutes
Yeah.
59.
Yeah. And well, I have been living in Japan last 11 years, and I have experienced a lot of things, but it will be changed because Japan suffered from low birth rate, and Japan government encourage migrate from overseas to Japan. Yeah, they welcome. They have welcomed a foreigner because of late birth rate. Yeah, and it will and now in Japan consists 99% Japanese and 1% foreigner. But it, in the future, foreigner portion of foreigner going to increasing. Yeah, and I'm a foreigner in Japan, but surround me, all of the employees are Japanese, and I hope one day in the future, surround me. I will be able. I hope will be able to see a lot of foreigner. Yeah, and I hope one day in Japan we will be able to see have conversation in English in Japan, even in Japan. Yeah.
Finished?
Yeah.
Okay, well
Oh, it
done.
is very difficult.
Now,
Yeah.
you have highlighted few points. So, especially we call it, that is a word I forgot, xenophobia. Do you know this word, xenophobia, Aryan?
What, teacher?
I've written on the screen, xenophobia.
I don't know.
Eugene, do you know it?
Xenophobia.
Oh, Shahad has gone. I think she must be busy.
I haven't. I have never heard that.
Okay, xenophobia is a noun. It relates to the disliking of or fear of foreigners, their costumes, their religions. It's kind of phobia. You know, the phobia means disliking or a scary thing. Okay, so you have highlighted that how the foreigners will be increasing in future in Japan. That's great. And you have tried to use future tense with the exception few places. Don't worry. I'll suggest you, if you listen to this part once again later from the recorded video, you can realize how and where it went wrong. One or two places. Don't worry for that. And now, Aryan, what would be your answer in this case?
Okay, teacher. So about environment issue, nowadays we in Vietnam we have to face many problems about environmental issue such as air pollution, soil pollution, and water pollution. So a lot of people suffer from those pollution. And right now in my country, the government or authorities don't have really effective solution to solve this problem. So I hope that in 5 years in the future, we have more effective solution to solve all of those things, and so that will help people live how would I say, live
Safe
in
environment.
yeah. So
See,
we will have very safe environment to live. Mm,
pollution free environment maybe.
mm.
Yeah, doing
So
well.
I hope that in the
Go on.
future, the government will, use maybe technical method to stop pollution. For example, um, uh, we produce paper bag instead of plastic bag, or something like that. Oh, I don't know, teacher.
No, you're doing great. Both of you are doing great. Don't worry. And do not bring any negative thoughts, please. I've said to you many times in my lessons and class, please never ever bring any kind of negative thought that I cannot do it. I'll not do it. It's difficult. No, we don't want to hear it. You have to be always positive minded. I have to do it. I will do it. Okay. Great.
I hope that we will have a safe environment in the future, so people can live in a green, clean area in order to increase the health. Yes, that's it. Teacher.
Very good. Go green. Yes, Eugene. Go green
Yeah,
is a
go green.
campaign around the world to make the planet suitable for everyone. Well done, Ariane and Eugene. That is
Thank
really
you, teacher.
amazing. You have highlighted about the pollution, and Eugene has highlighted about the presence of foreigners. Okay, and I remember that in Japan there is a scholarship called Monobusha Scholarship, and the Japanese government every year offers the scholarship worldwide international students. Three of my friends went there for studies in Japan. Okay, Eugene, and two of them completed their PhD program in molecular biology, and they become professors in Bangladesh as well as one of them in the UK. And they said to me that the scholarship money was very good, but they never offer any citizenship to any foreigners. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the fact. Many countries do not do that. They don't offer any citizenship. Okay, so however, your point is amazing. Eugene, well done. Now you can see that how tense impacts your speaking, because you're talking about future, what is going to happen after 5 years, though we don't know, but we can only picture it, think it, or guess it, what is going to happen after 5 years. And similarly, when Aryan has said, because of the problem in the environment, government is going to create it. I think you mentioned technological method through which they can reduce the pollutions from the society or environment, and people can have safer life. That's really amazing. So remember, this is the main impact of grammar in speaking, discussion or job interview or any other interview. Always make sure you focus to the question. If you understand the question, it will be much, much easier for you to reply back effectively. Okay? Any other question?
Okay.
So we have got 2 more minutes. Uh, Anything else you like to know in this last 2 minutes? Eugene?
Yeah, and I have question about tense of present
Yes,
ten,
go on.
future tense.
Mhm.
Something is will changed, will be changed.
If you can give me example, then it will be easier for me to understand.
Oh yeah, I will say.
Assalamu alaikum, teacher Marakan. Thank you very much for the donation.
I would like to say the environment of workplace surround me
Mhm.
will be changed.
Changing, not changed. That is the place you have misused the verb. So you're hoping that the surrounding of you will be changing. It should be future continuous.
Continuous.
Okay?
Will have changed. Yeah.
No, not will have changed. No, you cannot use future perfect in this case. You can use future simple, you can use it may change, because you're not sure whether it will change or not. You can say it may change, number one, or I guess it will be changing. Should be like a continuous in the future. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
We'll discuss more whenever we have got more lessons or free classes. Thank you very much for your presence, Aryan, Eugene, Shahad, and all the
Thank
people.
you, teacher.
And Teacher Mark, and thanks for your donation. And all the people who have asked questions, sorry, I couldn't answer all of this question because my focus is only my subscribers. If you want to participate, join me. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah.